Friday. I'm super excited for it to be the weekend. I am not sure why I'm a small little guy in a big box. Not sure why it's doing that, but I don't know how to fix it. So we're going to keep it that way because I'm going to share my screen anyway. And we're going to go through how I can take a opportunity or find an opportunity for a client to rank for a page for a specific keyword of some sort, build a page and rank it in just a matter of a couple of days. And I think you'll find some good tips in here, hopefully. And I appreciate you jumping on. We're going to kick some butt and get some stuff done today. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Share screen. Which one should I share? That is the first question. And let's get this thing to pop up here. Your entire screen, that one. Share. All right, now I should pop up here a little bit bigger. Yeah, there's me with my crazy hair. All right, let me shrink down. There we go. Now we can see the Googles, which is where we're going to start today and kind of chat about some different things. So, all right, let's get started. So the very first thing that we typically do for clients is we use a tool called Ahrefs. And Ahrefs is an SEO tool, fairly expensive one at that. But one of the cool things that we can do with this tool, and you can do as well, is get some information about your website, about your domain, the health of your site, what it's ranking for, things like that. I think, and I'm not positive, but I think you can track one website for free. So as a business owner, you should be able to plug your website in here, track it without actually having to pay for Ahrefs. But I've been wrong before. One time, that one day I was wrong. I remember. And, anyway, so we're going to look at a client called Royal Textile Products. They're out of Denver, Colorado. And what we can do here, I'm not going to go through all of these different things that you can do with this tool, but one of the really cool things here you can do here is over on the left, you can click on competing domains. And what this does is this will give you a list of potential competitors of this particular website. So if you do this for your own site, of course, you should hope to see here competitors, right? And if you have optimized your page and Google knows what your page is about, and you're sending the right kind of signals, that kind of stuff, then you should see a list of competitors here. And that's what we see: denverwindowtreatments.com, healthcarecurtains.com. So they build a lot of medical related draperies, things like that. Makes perfect sense. Cubiclecurtainfactory.com. Yeah. I'd like to see a couple more local clients here. So we've got, here's Home Depot, HGTV. You know, those are not great competitors, really. So let's see what this is. Continental Window Fashions. Let's see if they're local or no, this is going to be an e-commerce type site. So well, we've got Denver Window Treatments. The other thing we can do here is just go to Google, and I'm going to use Boulder, Colorado. So Boulder, Colorado Window Treatments. And then we can just look at who the competitors are that are ranking. So we've got Colorado Space Solutions. That's a home improvement store, or at least that's what it's labeled as. So we're going to skip that. Got Flatiron Window Fashions. Let's open their website. Stoneside, which I happen to know is a big company. So we're going to skip them, and then we'll use Howard's Draperies, which is probably another local company. So let's open both of their websites and just look. And yeah, these guys are definitely local. Okay. And look at Howard's, but I'm betting they're local. Yeah. So they're probably local as well. So these are direct competitors in their specific area, right? So another thing we could do is go over to this content gap. And this is really where it gets really cool. So I'm going to grab Flatiron Window Fashions. We're going to plug them in right here. I'm going to get rid of everything except for what's called the TLD, or the top level domain, flatironwindowfashions.com. And then we're going to do the same thing for Howard's, which seems to be taking a long time to load, but that's fine. I don't need it. I just need this. And we're going to do the same thing, get rid of the WW and just have Howard's howarddraperies.com in there. So what this content gap tool does is says, okay, what does Flatiron rank for and Howard's rank for, but Royal or your company does not rank for. So if we hit show keywords, now we're going to see that Flatiron is ranking number 8 for sheer vertical shades. Royal is not ranking, and neither is Howard's. For this one, which is a little bit longer of a key phrase, Norman Woodlore plantation shutter, Flatiron ranks number 10. Howard doesn't rank. For blinds, Boulder blinds, we see they're both ranking, but Royal is not ranking, right? Howard's Draperies is a brand search, so of course he's going to rank number 1. So there's some opportunity here for our client to rank in the search engines. Currently, they're not ranking there. So here's what we do. We identify these kind of things and say, hey, we need to rank for when somebody searches for Boulder, Colorado window treatments. We're not in this list. So we want to rank for that particular phrase. So what we can do here, and what we did do, is we have writers that go out and we say, hey, we need some content for this particular phrase. And it's Boulder, Colorado window treatments, blinds, shade shutters, those sort of things, which is their products, right? So we got back from the writer an article. And all we did was post this article and hit save draft. So it hasn't been optimized or anything. So that's what I'm going to go through with you, is show you how to optimize a page. Once you've kind of figured out some term that you want to rank for that you're not ranking for, build some content around it and get it going. So we're going to optimize this. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is after I get the page built, I'm gonna edit this content a little bit, and you'll see when our writers give us the content that they've just got heading in there in a couple spots. And the reason they do that is because we're the keyword masters, right? So we want to put our special headings in there. So I've already pre-written these for you, but I copy and paste them in there so you can see what they are. So what commercial window treatments can I get near Boulder? Couple things I'm doing there. I'm adding in window treatments, of course, in Boulder, but this particular client really wants commercial window treatment jobs. So government offices, medical buildings, apartment complexes, things of that sort. So I'm adding in the word commercial there. And then secondly, what we're going to do is we're going to change this to an H2 or an heading 2 tag. And then we'll go down here to the other heading. And I think I'm going to just put motorization and automation. I'm going to also change that to an H2 tag. All right, there. Now we've kind of set that apart a little bit. Second thing I want to do is when we have our writers write content, we want them to mention a couple local landmarks. And so what happens is a lot of business owners will say, you know what, I need to rank for all these different cities around my major city. So they'll have a piece of content written and then they'll just go and change the name of each city and post it. It's not going to help you. You really need to have unique content for every potential page that you're building on your site. So in this case, we've got Royal Textile, home of Folsom Field, and beautiful Bear Peak. So let's take Folsom Field. Let's do a search for that. And I need to type it in correctly. Folsom Field. And there's a couple of ads. And then we've got University of Colorado Athletics, Folsom Field. Okay. There we go. So grab that link. And we're going to add that in right here. So insert link, paste. Now, instead of just hitting apply, I'm going to hit link options. And I'm going to turn on this open link in a new tab. That way, when somebody clicks on that link, opens it in a new tab, looks at that information, closes that tab, they're still on my site then, which is what I want to happen. All right, so there's that. Bear Peak. We're going to do the same thing. Copy. I'm going to do a search for Bear Peak. All right, here we go. All trails. Bear Peak is a trail, apparently. So copy that. And insert link, paste, edit, open link in a new tab. All right, that's done. Save. All right, so now we've kind of optimized our content, which is a good start. Next thing I want to do is I want to find a picture. For us, we use a site called CanStock Photo, and there's all kinds of these sites out there where you can get pictures and stuff, right? This is just the one that we happen to use, but there's a lot of them out there. And you can do a search for, in this case, Boulder, Colorado, Boulder, CO. I really like this picture. And the reason I like this picture is actually because the farm and the mountains are kind of centered. And I'll show you why that's important a little bit later on. This one's nice. That one's almost the same. They're a little bit different filter, it looks like. But this one's good. So I would click on that, go ahead and purchase that, which I've already done. And then I'm going to upload that as in the featured image area. And the featured image area over here, set featured image. You can see I already uploaded it right here. But what we do for featured images is we actually crop them down. So the reason I like this picture is because I could crop it, if you can see that, I could crop it right along here. So cut the bottom off, cut the top off, and still have the picture, right? But the picture is shorter. And the reason for that is when it shows up on the website, there's less of a picture, but you still see all of the content in that picture. And then the regular content on the page moves up a little bit. So instead of having this big picture that basically takes up the whole page, I've cropped it in a way where it's shorter, but it still works. And then it shows the rest of the content on that page. And you'll see that when we get to that point. So I'm going to choose the cropped version. You see here how it's chopped off there as the featured image. But I also uploaded the full image that I purchased right here as well. And we'll show you why. So okay, got that in place and checking to see if there's any questions. Okay, no questions. All right. Next thing we're going to do is edit the title. So some of the SEO stuff. So down here, this is the Yoast SEO plugin. And basically we just click on it and we're going to put our own custom title and description in there. So our title, again, I pre-wrote it. So we're going to use this, paste that right here. So Boulder, commercial window treatments, custom made in Colorado. A couple things going on here. Boulder, obviously, I want to rank for. Actually, I want to rank for Boulder window treatments. So I want to make sure those words are in there. Since they are only commercial, they don't really do a lot of residential, I want to make sure I add the word commercial in there. I also want to add in Colorado so that we tell the search engines which Boulder this is in case there's more than one. There probably is. I don't know, but that way that's in there. And then we're also going to do custom. And the reason I'm doing custom is because a lot of people type in custom draperies Boulder, custom draperies Denver, custom draperies, those kind of, custom window treatments, those kind of things. So I want to make sure that word's in there as well. And you see we get the green bar, which is great. That's kind of Yoast's little thing that says, this title is good. It's not too short, not too long. It works. All right, meta description. I've pre-written that as well. So I'm going to copy that, paste that in. You'll see a lot of the same things in here. There's commercial, there's window treatments. We've got offices, churches, and medical established around Boulder, CO, right? Also have the word custom in there. Make sure that's in there as well. And then a little call to action at the end. Now you'll notice this one is actually orange, meaning it's too long. So if I start backing up here, we'll see when it turns green. So it's going to turn green right about there. So what this means is it's possible that Google would cut it off at that point, and that's all that a searcher would see. But I'm okay with that. Everything is good to that point. However, Google has really been playing around with a lot of these descriptions, showing some longer ones, showing some that are regular size. So I'm going to go ahead and err on the side of too long, knowing that if they cut it off, I'm okay with that. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this in there just as it is. All right. So that is it for the SEO part of it. I'm also going to go up here and click on this social tab here. Social tab basically has Twitter and Facebook in here. So for Twitter, what I want to do is when somebody shares this particular post on Twitter, I don't want this cut off version of the featured image that I made, the cropped version. I want the regular square one because that's what Twitter usually uses. So that's why we uploaded it twice. So I'm going to click this upload image. I've already uploaded it. Here's the full version of that exact same thing. I'm going to say use that image. And then I'm going to do the same thing for Facebook. Upload, use this one. Okay. Now, if I don't put in a custom Facebook title or description, I can if I want to. But really, if I don't, it's going to use the Yoast ones that I just did, the title and the description there, which is fine. I mean, I custom wrote those specifically for that. I don't see any reason to have special ones on Facebook or Twitter for this particular post. So only thing I'm doing here is uploading custom images in there. So when somebody shares it on one of those platforms, it goes across with the full version. All right. So we're looking good. We're cruising along here. We linked the venues or the landmarks in there. We did that. Next thing I want to do is add a map. So since this is about a specific location, obviously you don't do this for all keywords, but if it's a city related or a geolocated related post, you can type that in. So I'm going to type in Boulder, CO. And what Google will do is they will actually show me Boulder along with the outlines, all that good stuff. So this is perfect for me to embed into this page. So I'm going to click share. I'm going to click embed a map and then copy HTML. I'm going to take that and I'm going to add an element. So depending on how your the back end of your WordPress is, depends on how you would do this. But for this particular website, it's called raw HTML. I'm going to open that box. I'm going to paste in what Google just gave me, hit save. All right, now I got my map. I've got my content optimized. I need to optimize my title. So in this case, I'm going to call it Boulder, Colorado Commercial Window Treatments. Okay. Now, I could make this the same as this title. However, this is a little bit long to be showing up on the page itself. So I don't necessarily want something that long to show up. The SEO title shows way up here in these tabs. This is the SEO title right here. The title of the document or of the page actually shows up a little bit further down on the page, and we'll see it in a minute. Typically, you want this to be a little bit shorter, but you still want it to have in all of your keywords that you want that page to rank for. All right, last, I want to change the parent. And in this case, we are putting our city pages under the About Us page. So you can see that we've done one for Broomfield, Thornton, and Aurora already. So I want the parent of this page to be the About Us page. So I'm going to set that to About Us, and then I'm going to hit publish. So now that page has been optimized, it's ready to roll. It looks good for the search engines, and it's good to go. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is share this on some social networks. So I'm not going to do that now, but you get the idea. View the page, share, go to the clients, or in your case, your Facebook page, and share this page. Do the same for Twitter, what other social media platforms you happen to be using. Share this new page out there. That'll send some signals back to Google that this page exists, right? And then the last thing that we want to do is to go into Google Webmaster Tools, google.com/webmaster /webmasters with an S. All right, sign in. Then we're going to do two things. First of all, I want to go over here to sitemaps and make sure that my sitemap is being indexed correctly. And so we see my sitemap here. I submitted it in May of this year, and they last read it today. Today's December 6th, and it came back as status success. So that's fantastic. 39 URLs were discovered, all that good stuff, right? So typically, they only look at these sitemaps every few days. So I looked at this earlier today, and it actually said December 1 on it. So they don't look at it every day. So if you just put a page on your site and then don't do anything else, you'll be good. In a couple of days, they'll index your new sitemap. They'll discover that there's a new page. They'll put it in line to be indexed and put into Google. This process may take a while. It may happen quickly, but more likely they're not going to discover it for 3, 4, 5, 7 days. Then it's going to get in line to be indexed, which could add on a little bit more time to that happening. So what you can do is shortcut that process by going here to URL inspection. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this link of the new page that we just built. So royal/about-us/Boulder, and I'm going to pop that in here. And since it's a brand new page, we're going to see that it says URL is not on Google. Well, that's because I just published it, right? I just published it. So obviously Google doesn't know it exists. So then what I can do here, and this is the coolest thing that you can kind of use to butt in line when it comes to indexing, you can click request indexing. So they're going to test to make sure that the page is really live, that they can get the information, that they can get the featured image, that they can get the content, the titles, all that stuff that they need. And this will take a minute or so for them to test it. But once they do, then they'll come back and say, okay, you've been stuck in line. And we'll see here in a minute that it actually lets us know that we've been added to a priority queue to get this page indexed, which is fantastic. So instead of just waiting 5 or 7 days for them to find it and then add it to the line, URL was added to a priority crawl queue. Awesome. Got it. So indexing requested. Now what'll happen is typically within a day or two, this baby will be in Google, if not faster, which is just great. Oh, Google's popping up on my phone there because I thought I was talking to it. All right. So that's a huge piece to it. Anytime you create a new piece of content, go into Google Webmaster Tools, do this inspection and submit that to the queue because it kind of bumps you up in line. Huge piece to it. So the last piece to this is to track the new page, right? So since it's a brand new page, I can't show you its rankings because we just published it 5 minutes ago. But I can show you another client and show you kind of how the process starts to work. So this is one of our clients, Naka's Drapery. They're in Maui. And obviously there's a bunch of sub-cities around there. And as you'll find out in just a minute, I don't know how to pronounce a lot of those sub-cities. But what I can do is I can sort all the keywords that we're searching, that we're tracking for them by their position. And what we're going to see is some very interesting things. So Peja, I'm going to say Peja because I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably wrong. That is a city near them on Maui. Peja window treatments, they are in position 2. So that's page 1, second result of Google for, guess what? Their page, their city page for that particular, that title. So here it is again, window treatments, Pay you. Here's another one, Napoli or Napoli window treatments. Position 2 for that page, that city page on their site. And you're going to see a lot of the same things that I just went through. Here's the uh, titles, custom titles here. This page needs a map added to it, but you're going to see a lot of the same kind of things happening across all of these different pages. And these pages were ranked very quickly because nobody else is doing it, right? Nobody else is doing what we kind of went through today. And you're going to show up like this Boulder, Colorado window treatments. I'll bet in a week or two that client, that page we just built, is ranked right here near the top of this. So anyway, those are the pieces to how we rank a page quickly in not a lot of time. And really that Google Webmaster tools, that Search Console piece of submitting your URL really is the secret sauce to kind of making that happen and getting ranked quickly, butting in line, if you will, to get that done. So listen, hope that helped you. Hope you got some ideas from it. Hope you have a great weekend, and we will be seeing you soon. See ya. Thanks.